Hindsighters, welcome to Keeping It Real with Miss T, where we give you the real tea with a twist. On Hindsight Media Radio 103.5 FM, where there's always something good to talk about. Please visit our website at www.hindsightmediaradio.com. Joining me this evening, I have a returning and phenomenal, beautiful young woman who's going to share some great things about being extraordinary. And when I say extra, it's not EX. It's EGG. So, wow, you're in for a treat and you're going to say, what? What is that? So, I bring to you tonight, Beth is not with us, but she is definitely one of the authors with this great book that here. But Dion is here with us. And like I said, she's gracing us yet again with her presence. So, Beth and Dion, they are both educators from Sweet Home, Alabama. Doesn't get any greater than that, right? They are very enthusiastic about education, leading our youth and adults to greatness and building positive relationships with their students as well as their colleagues. If you want to know more about both Beth and Dion and the amazing things they're doing across this globe, please, you may find out more about them at bit.ly/Eggtraordinaries. That's EGGSTRAORDINAIRES. And Dion will give you other avenues in order to find them, whether purchase their books and get in contact with them, visit, have them for speaking engagements and all that great stuff. So Hindsighters, tonight I present to you none other than the amazing Dion Lucas. Welcome, Dion.
Hey, thank you, Ty, for having me. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you once again for joining us here on the platform. So let's just jump right into it. Extraordinaries. How did this name come about and why Extraordinaries, the book?
Oh, wow. Well, with Beth, we wrote a couple books together. And the first book that we wrote together was about a little potty humor for little kids, learning to flush and forgive your little brother, little sister, that gets on your nerve. You gotta love them still.
Absolutely.
And so it's kind of nice for little grown-ups too. We're big kids at heart, learn to forgive each other and not hold a grudge. And so we came up with Flush It together. And then, we're around the house in the kitchen, eating some food, cooking some breakfast, cooking some eggs. And the light bulb just turned on saying, wait a second, these eggs, people more like eggs.
What?
Be extraordinary. You could cook it up, you could jazz it up, It may have different shells on the outside, but when you crack it open, new opportunities, and we all believe the same. And so the yolk is still the same, doesn't matter the cover of the egg. And so we came up with this other resource, Extraordinary. Be extraordinary, be an egg, crack out your shell this new year.
Absolutely. That's hilarious. That's awesome. So it always happens around the kitchen. It seems like we all unite around food, right?
Yeah, these books that came about, and Beth, she's sorry she couldn't be here on this platform right now, but she's a gold mine around the little potty humor book, Flush It and Extraordinaire, just coming out, just things that would impact the family, the community, the kids, knowing that, hey, we're going to get through it. Like this pandemic, this past year, it was rough on a lot of people. So we're getting into springtime and knowing that it's a great time to learn new opportunities, try a new career path, try new things. Taste some new cuisine. There's so many eggs, dishes out there. So it's like, try something new each weekend, at least once a month. And
Absolutely.
So, but I truly thank Beth for helping me get out of my shell, because I was like, oh man, I like kind of routine.
Well, I hope that Beth and you both will get back in the kitchen and maybe do something with some cheese.
Oh yeah, we're gonna hook up again.
Awesome. So tell me, break down the book Extraordinaries and how does eggs compare to people? Like, how are people like eggs, vice versa? How does that even mash together?
Oh, sure. Well, we were thinking certain egg dishes are like people's personality.
Mm-hmm.
And so we were thinking boiled eggs. Okay. Mm-hmm. So when you boil the egg, it could be hard. People are hardcore, or it could be soft, and underdeveloped. You got some scrambled eggs where it's like scrambled. Oh man, you a professional juggler. You juggling daily tasks throughout the day, you know? And then you got egg salad where, okay, with the egg salad, you know how you're a team player and you're dealing with diversity either at home or on the job, but you kind of mixed in. So you got to learn to work well with other people. And the same thing with the omelet. I mean, you want to eat an omelet? Well, you could put as many toppings you want into an omelet. And that's like with an organization or a company. They could choose to hire any candidate they want into an organization, and then they got to work together to reach a common goal. So it's its own personal like taste buds, just to embrace some diversity. And then another personality where sunny side up, you know,
Oh yeah.
have a positive outlook on life, and I think that's what we need. I mean, you know, before this daylight saving times, it was so dark so soon in the winter time. I'm like, gosh. And people's moods was like, oh, kind of down and out. But now spring is coming in, that people are walking outdoors
Right.
more, getting some fresh air and having a positive outlook on life, you know, taking care of self-care first before others. And so, you know, happy sunny side up. Yeah, egg personality. And then we have
Eggnog.
eggnog. But let me not forget deviled eggs.
Oh, deviled eggs.
Deviled eggs.
Yes.
I mean, they are like, all right, you know, people want like some extreme makeovers. You got to spice things up and put some extra seasoning and it's like boiled eggs chopped open, but you put a little extra seasoning, you know, to make it look, you know, kind of jazz. It kind of fly from day to day.
Right.
So people are like deviled eggs sometimes. Maybe they want a new haircut or get a new outfit. Easter is coming, so people probably want to go out and shop and get a new outfit, a new do, you know, to celebrate, you know, Easter or not springtime, just going out for something new. And then the eggnog. Okay, so cheers. It's a seasonal drink. A lot of people drink eggnog around the holidays, around Christmas time and winter break. But eggnog is coming from beaten eggs and it's mixed in with these other ingredients. And a lot of chefs, you know, use eggnog in like making French toast, or they use eggnog just for throughout the whole year, you know, to drink instead of like regular milk. And it's to remind you that, hey, even though it's coming from beaten eggs and we all had some ups and downs, you know, these past few months or past year, but realize each new day, you know, is something where we can celebrate, have attitude of gratitude, be alive, be alive and well. You know, we have a roof over our head, we got basic needs. And if you're looking for employment, keep on looking, don't give up, and you'll find a job, a career path right for you. But, you know, cheers for new you know, going into the springtime, you break out your shell, and because you are extraordinary. So that's how the Extraordinary book came about. We just broke down each egg cuisine as like an egg personality for lots of people. So.
Absolutely. So while Beth and you were in the kitchen just cooking up some eggs, did you guys both determine which egg personality you were?
Oh man, we went back and forth with our journals, and oh man, Beth, if I gotta put an egg personality on Beth, she's my sunny side up. She's my positive outlook, my go-to person, because and I tell you this, you know, your close friends, you can count them on one hand, and that and Beth is one of them where I could call her up anytime of the day or night, and like she say, well, how are you doing? No, really, D, how are you? And she always put a positive twist that, you know, it's going to get better. You know, like, I know, sis, you're right. And so, but I just need to, you know, digest a little bit. So she's my sunny side up. And for my egg personality, the eggnog, I mean, For me, I don't like to drink alcohol, so I like my eggnog just natural. So, but it's just to remind me that, just the saluting, but hey, it's gonna get better. I may be beaten up, and I'm promise I'm a woman of faith, so I hope for
Mhm.
better days ahead. And so I'm hoping to have more good days than bad, and I have. And just every day to be alive is a blessing. And so with the eggnog, uh, with we celebrate eggnog around Christmas time, but going to a new year, a new decade. Yeah,
Yes.
cheers. I want to keep on living and keep breaking out my shell and just try new things. So it's good.
Absolutely. I'll tell you, I enjoyed the read, and I tell the listeners, guys, you got to get the book. You can read it on Kindle, e-reader and things of that sort. Or you can just purchase the hard copy if you would like as well. But for me, in reading it, I said, wow, it seems like I'm a little bit of every type of egg that's in here. That's in here. Now, I'm not a fan of eggnog because I'm not a fan of shakes and things of that sort. So I think it's the texture thing for me. However, even within your writing of the book and looking at that, I resonated with the eggnog that you shared in it. I was like, you know what? That's awesome. I can't find just one because I feel like I'm a little bit of every single egg that you listed. So is that even possible?
It is possible because when you're cooking, I mean, you mixing all these ingredients together. You got to have an egg. You mix it up, like an egg salad or an omelet. You want to put some extra ingredients to, spice it up a little bit. But it's to show that, hey, you're not alone. You're not by yourself. And so you don't have to live life in isolation. And that even though there's some extraordinary people in this universe, and just to realize that every one of us are unique and that just one of a kind. No one has our unique DNA, our
Mm-hmm.
handprints or fingerprints. And so people say, just be you, just be yourself. And it's so true. So when people going for job interviews or like applying for schools and colleges or internships, that tell them that, hey, you're willing to learn, you're a team player, that you're willing to adapt and grow and provide solutions and be innovative and stay organized and learn to work with other people and embrace that diversity, because we all don't think alike, we all are unique. But that's one thing. I think with diversity, a lot of people think of it like a melting pot.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone should be melted down to one personality. Like if
Right.
you don't like my idea, that okay, it wasn't good. But and the thing is, you gotta be open for new things. And I think definitely during this pandemic, I mean, many things has opened up virtually, online services, telehealth communications, and you still have those organizations that are meeting face to face,
Right.
and practicing good hygiene and healthcare habits. But the main thing that these new platforms that open up, it kind of allow companies and organizations not just connect locally in their area, but to connect with people all over the world in different
Mm-hmm.
time zones. And so it really thinks that, wow, it's not so much local, think global. Like, you're connected to even your brothers or sisters overseas.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So now let's talk about comfortability, because I know I want to get deeper into each section of the boiled egg, the egg salad, so forth and so on. And I know you've previously touched on it a little bit, but I want to dig a little bit deeper. But let's talk about the uncomfortableness. What tips are you able to share about people that are comfortable but in an uncomfortable shell, if that makes sense?
Sure. And when you're kind of uncomfortable, or when you're comfortable, okay, to where you have set routines, and don't get
Mm-hmm.
me wrong, routines are great.
Absolutely.
But usually with a long term of routines, you get burnout. And so oftentimes, at least once a month or every 2 weeks, try something new, take a different route to work. try a new piece of fruit, or try, if you want to window shop, go to a different mall, or, go cruising a little bit. But definitely to keep life fresh, when you comfortable a lot, and it's like you really don't have to think about it, you don't have to put much effort into it, then you want to make sure that you sharpening your skills, that you don't want to get dull. You want to keep your tools sharp. And so reading, trying new things, keeping the mind alert, I think that's that creativity. So if you're scrambling some eggs, eggs are a simple task. I mean, how you prepare your scrambled eggs? You prepare it on the skillet? Do you cook it in the microwave? How? It's a simple task, grab and go, but with the simple task, you could either keep that routine for a couple of weeks, and then maybe try something different, where maybe you add a different seasoning, or you add a meat, a vegetable, some cheese, it's just something different. And it kind of just makes you, let you know that you're still alive, you're human, you're not a robot.
Right.
You're not a robot. I mean,
Absolutely.
So.
Right. So let's talk about this briefly. We don't have to go into a whole ordeal, because it definitely can be another topic for another day. But let's think about mental illness, because it has a lot to do with people struggling to come out of their shells, right? How do we encourage those individuals who are extraordinary in their own right, but they're having struggles mentally? How do you encourage those individuals to come out of their shells?
Well, definitely coming out of your shells. If you're, I am a big mental health advocate, and I always feel that definitely there's free resources out there. And with that, you always want to stay connected. And so there's always free support groups to connect with others. During this pandemic, they're done virtually with either a mental health organization or a provider. And with that, you can see that, oh, wow, that if you were feeling down and out, a little depressed or anxious, or feeling some post-traumatic stress, or you're overcoming an eating disorder, or you're trying to overcome this compulsive disorder, OCD, and realize that, hey, if I'm around these other support groups where other people are feeling the same type of symptoms, then it's easy to open up out of your shell, realize that, hey, that there's other people like me that realize that, hey, I'm not by myself. So that way you could see that, hey, I like what you're doing in your field. And so tell me some more tips, what you do to help you overcome this mental illness or mental condition. So talking in support groups, knowing that, hey, there's some resources and tools to help cope with seasonal changes of life. And with that, I think people are gifted. Sometimes people are gifted, could be like on the autism side, to where they're so unique and they think outside the box, like, whoa, I never really thought of that way. Oh, whoa. Right. And it's wonderful to embrace that, but then you realize that, okay, put those thoughts on paper, journal it out. So therefore you can see your thoughts and review them to see, is this a logical conclusion that you could derive from? And with a person who's going through, if a person is mentally ill and that they have these racing thoughts and it's coming left and right, okay, what is real, what is not? And so definitely seeking that professional help, as always, to know that even though, if we're talking about eggs, like if you crack open your shell and you realize that, wait a second, my egg yolk was infected, it turned out to be a little rotten, rotten egg. but it's not the point where you just throw it into the trash, throw it with a shell and just, and get a new egg. But that's what a lot of people do. When you go to the grocery store, you get egg cartons and you see a broken egg, like, okay, I'm not gonna get this. And so I'm not gonna work with that. And so like people may be broken on the inside, may have overcome a setback or illness or in between jobs and realize that, man, is this the end of it? And we're trying to prevent suicide. Like suicide prevention is very key, especially going to the month of May, talking about mental health awareness month in May and in June and July in the summertime. So we just want to make sure that, hey, even though you break out your shell and it may not be a perfect yolk, a perfect egg, but realize that you can make what you got, take out the good, take out the bad, keep the good, and just keep growing. And that, just realize that you too can overcome.
Absolutely. So now, Beth and you being educators, would you say that this book, because I think so, but would you say that this book is definitely a guide for personal and professional development and training in the workplace? Because in reading it, I looked at all the different steps, and oftentimes, the workforce is not as together as we all claim to sometime be, and we need something to help us get over. So I saw it as a guide, but in you guys as the author, would you say that it is a training tool for businesses, and how would you incorporate that?
Sure. Just a training tool to help incorporate diversity into a workforce, or with coworkers, realizing that they have different gifts and uniqueness, and we all have to embrace that. So knowing within the organization or company, you love to eat. We love to have snacks and give food incentives, and realize that, okay, as educators, we also teaching to kids as well and trying to make it relatable for them. But, when they're home, trying to prepare for themselves and for their families, learn how to cook, how to clean, how to take care of themselves. And so we realized that, hey, you got to learn to work with other people. You can't live in isolation. So when you buy an egg, you don't buy an egg just by itself. It comes in a carton, it comes with a multiple variety. So you got to realize that you don't only represent yourself. It kind of lets you know that you represent your family, you represent your organization, that you're in a mixture of some other people who could be extra ingredients to a tasteful cuisine, that can embrace that diversity. So yes, definitely, for sure. It's a great resource tool for any professional development for children, for young adults, and for coworkers on the job.
Absolutely. So now, was there any rhyme or reason of why you guys put the eggs in the order that you put them in?
I guess it was like how it flowed. Oh man, when we wrote this book, it was just a dialogue, like which egg goes what. And so I was looking at the table of contents not too long ago. I'm like, wow. But no, I think we wanted to make sure that at the beginning, you say, crack out your shell. Either it's springtime, we're in a new year, and so you're gonna try some new opportunities. And sometimes, even if it's trying a new outfit or a new hairstyle, or you're seeking new career paths, or looking for schools to apply for, or internships. And so you do your research, of course, but then knowing that don't be afraid of change.
Right.
Don't be afraid to try something new. If you want to try it, you could go back. They could do online classes, research, some professional development to get certified. And I could just speak for me personally. I was a brick and mortar school teacher for
Mm-hmm.
about 12 years, 12, 15 years. And then during the pandemic, I started to become a full-time virtual teacher. And so I broke out of my shell a little bit.
You do very
Trying
well.
something new, but then trying something new, I had to sharpen my skills, knowing that, okay, it's like reading. It's like reading a good book. Like you want to learn and grow and to collaborate with other professionals, saying, how you do this? Oh, I like that way. But then you try it, and then you develop your own philosophy. Okay, this works for me, and I respect how I see now how it did work for you. So I'm gonna continue on this path and collaborate and share. And so with that, at the beginning of the book, we always encourage, definitely break out your shell. I know we get
Mm-hmm.
stuck to routines, and then and then after breaking out your shell, it's like, well, crack open the egg. I mean, you bought the eggs, you got to crack it open. You got to let you know that you got to do it. You got to step out. It's like learning how to swim.
Right,
You got to
absolutely.
get in the pool. You can't just walk around the pool. Get in the water.
Right.
So crack open the egg, and how you want to prepare it, that's you. Do you want to prepare it on the skillet? Do you want to prepare it in the microwave? Do you want to scramble it? You want to add extra ingredients? So there's so many choices out
Yes.
there. And you just start at one place. Try scrambled eggs. Try scrambling, see if you like it.
Mm-hmm.
And then maybe the next time you could try some quiche or some omelets or some deviled eggs.
Yes.
It's just, and an analogy is that where you out in the workforce and you're trying this occupation and you're there for a while, and then all of a sudden you realize that, okay, I've been at this task. Let's see if I can be a mentor for someone else. Let's see if I can move up into management or to become a board director, or to see how I could invest and to help into making this international. I mean, you got to think big, so
Right.
it's just start small, but then you could build up into those bigger goals. And then going into that book, I think the boiled eggs, the egg salad, the deviled eggs, all those different egg personalities, I think
Yeah.
came about. But yeah.
Yeah, good stuff. So let's play not necessarily a little game, but let's have like a brief recap, because within all of that, that can be a lot, and it's great and it's necessary. But before I move forward, I will tell you, looking at those pictures, I was like, whoa, yeah, making me want some of those dishes that you have in that book. You really know how to get people going. It's like, where are the recipes?
It's like a cookbook. Some
Where are
people
the,
think it's a
where,
cookbook.
where are the recipes? I need that. I need that. But so I'm going to, we talked about earlier a little bit how the book compares um, how eggs compare or like people, right? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to state each egg, and then I want you to give me one or a few words for each one. So I'm going to start with boiled eggs.
Hardcore. Right. Tough people.
Right? Egg salad.
Team players, embracing diversity. Yes.
Also this, deviled eggs.
Oh, spice up life, very jazzy. Yeah, eccentric.
Okay, scrambled eggs.
Jugglers, they could juggle daily tasks very well.
Okay, omelets.
Omelets, ooh, they work well with others. They also embrace some diversity in team players, yes.
Okay, so I see all the greatness that's villaging in there. Sunny side up.
Oh, just a positive outlook. And they're a go-getter. They see the upside and bright side of things.
All right, optimistic and encouraging, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Absolutely. That's what Beth definitely is to you.
Yes.
And so, which concludes the book is eggnog.
Oh, cheers. Cheers to a new you. You breaking out your shell, you trying something new. So you are extraordinary. So cheers. And so you coming from beaten eggs, it was rough. but keep holding on. It's going to break out to a new you. Yes.
Absolutely. I love it. I love it. So in the extraordinary, because you're so extraordinary, tell me, what are you grateful for?
Um, Man, I'm just grateful to be alive, to have a reasonable portion of health and strength, my family, my friends, just having an attitude of gratitude. I'm just truly thankful and humble. And I'm thankful for you, Ty. I appreciate all that you do for the community, for the network at Hindsight Media, that you do a lot, and that yeah, I appreciate you so much. And thank you for blessing my family on Sundays, at least once a
Yes.
month. My dad, I mean, you got him preaching some sermons. And so for everyone don't know, I'm a PK, I'm a preacher's kid. So
And her dad is a phenomenal pastor, and her mom's a phenomenal woman and first lady. You guys have to tune in on Sundays, to definitely once a month here and there, to listen to her father's sermons. Oh my gosh, he is phenomenal.
yes, but you're extraordinary, Ty. So you're keeping it real, and I appreciate you. Yes, so truly grateful for family and friends.
I thank you as well. And it is definitely a blessing and awesomeness to know you as such a beautiful woman, and you guiding and leading the world into greatness. So the next ask would be, you have to complete the sentence. When the pandemic is all over, I will.
I will still be teaching virtually. I did try something new this past year, coming to a virtual platform and to work from home instead of traveling to schools. So I love it. I enjoy working from home and teaching students. I teach students in different time zones and also tutor. So it allows me to stay connected and spend more quality time with my family. Before that, I was burnt out. I was doing a lot in my community, my school, and traveling a lot on the road. And I will leave the house when it's dark and come home when it's dark, and my family be asleep. So it was hard. So now I'm able to really spend time with my family in the mornings, during lunchtime, and evenings. It's really great.
Absolutely. So in hindsight, the pandemic definitely has been a blessing in many ways, and it forced us to be better, do better, and come out of our shell, right?
Yes, ma'am.
To find our extraordinary. And I think that's what this definitely has helped us to be and to do. So if there are a few nuggets of advice that you can impart on the listeners, and anything else you would like to add in reference to being extraordinary, what would it be?
Oh, a few nuggets. Just be yourself. Be a team player. Uh, Stay organized. And so when you're working with other people, you can learn to agree to disagree, and knowing that ourselves, we're not perfect people. We're not
Right.
perfect people. So be humble, be genuine, be real, and just be yourself. And you will break out of your shell, try new things, and you'll find out, wow, that you really can do it, and that you can connect with people like Beth Goodson. I'm just blessed and humbled that we connected. So I have a lifetime friendship with Beth and other people in the community, just knowing that, hey, these are some extraordinary people. They keep it real, like Miss T.
Absolutely.
Keep it real, but they're humbled and they're willing to work with other people, and they just spice up and jazz up life from time to time. So like Tasteful Egg Cuisines, be extraordinary. Enjoy some good food while you at it, while you live it.
Absolutely, absolutely. So now you can take a moment, feel free to do so or no, and give a shout out and say thanks to the individuals who play a part in your success in supporting you, and mentors and things of that sort.
Oh man, well, I just want to give a special shout out to Beth Goodson, who co-authored Eggtraordinaries for sure. She's a gold mine behind this, and another resource book that we did, a little potty humor with Flesh It in English and Spanish. Special shout out to my family and friends. Just, I wouldn't be the woman I am today if it wasn't for their prayers and support. And definitely to my church family as well. And so appreciate you, Ty. Definitely kudos to you and this long time friendship. I'm just thankful we were able to connect tonight on the show.
Absolutely. So thank you as well for all that you do and for continuously wanting to return. And I look forward to seeing even greater things blossom from you individually, as well as Beth and all the others who are in your village and your circle. So thank you as well. Please tell the listeners where they can purchase your book or request Elizabeth and you as a speaker and connect you guys online and offline, because you guys have some great things and you have some amazing other books that you have written even with your mother and some others. So please share that where people can find those great reads.
Sure. You could get the book Extraordinaries on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, any popular book market store. You can reach out to Beth Goodson right on Facebook, on social media, Instagram. You can reach out to me as well, that Dion Lucas, that's D-I-O-N, Lucas, L-U-C-A-S. But no, we're just humble servants, just servant leaders in our community, just willing to give back. And we're just thankful to be a part and to know that, hey, people just paid it forward to us, so we want to give it back to the next generation. So you can reach out to us if you need us to speak to your organization or school, or you could call us at 256-469-8073.
Absolutely. And again, I just want to thank you for coming onto the platform and definitely for being essential. And you're not just essential right now during the pandemic, you are essential every day of the year as educators. So thank you for blessing our students as well as adults with your knowledge and your expertise, and continuing to help all of us be extraordinary as you be extraordinary yourself.
Likewise, sis.
Absolutely. So hindsighters, you've heard it here first. Thank you for tuning in to Keeping It Real with Miss T on the Hindsight Media Radio platform with Miss Dion Lucas. Beth, we miss you, and hopefully you will join us one day soon for something even greater with Dion and you coming back. So that is an invitation to see you guys again. Everyone, see you next week. Have a great night.